Let's go Dolphins! Something's not right with this team, and no one in the front office is saying it out loud. But I have the full story. Week 1 wasn't just a loss, it was a warning. Players admitted to ignoring the playbook, the defense looked lost, and Mike McDaniel, he's quickly running out of excuses. This could be the beginning of a meltdown, and what I discovered may leave you speechless. But before I reveal all, click the like button only if you've been a Dolphins fan for over 20 years. And if you're truly loyal, comment right now. Go Dolphins! Don't give up hope. Let's get straight to it. Week 1 was not just a loss. It was a complete humiliation. The Miami Dolphins were obliterated 33-8 by a Colts team that hasn't won a season opener in over a decade. This wasn't just about a bad game. It was about a team that looked unprepared, uninspired, and quite frankly, uninterested. From top to bottom, it was a disaster. Tua Tagovailoa threw 2 interceptions and lost a fumble. The defense gave up points on every single possession. That's right, every single possession. The secondary was shredded, the pass rush was non-existent, and the team's response? Excuses and vague platitudes. Tua, in his post-game comments, tried to downplay the loss. "We don't want to overreact, but we don't want to underreact either," he said. He added, "We need to look in the mirror and hold each other accountable." Look, those are nice words, but after watching that performance, fans aren't looking for accountability, they're demanding it. Because we're tired of hearing the same recycled speeches season after season while the product on the field continues to disappoint. Then we have Mike McDaniel, whose post-game comments were filled with the usual empty euphemisms. "The formula is for failure and nothing else," he said. What does that even mean, Mike? You're the head coach. You're supposed to create the formula for success, not just identify the failure after the fact. And blaming the bells and whistles of Week 1 for the team's lack of discipline? That's on you. You are responsible for having your team ready. Instead, we saw 12 men on offense, blown assignments, and an offense that couldn't string together a single threatening drive. And then there's the most damning quote of all, straight from Bradley Chubb, a defensive captain. "We were trying to make our own thing up and not playing team football." Are you kidding me? Players were freelancing out there in Week 1? This isn't a preseason game. This is a practice. This is a regular season opener, and you're telling us the defense was improvising plays on the field? That falls squarely on coaching. And if McDaniel doesn't have control over his locker room, then what exactly does he bring to the table? It's not just McDaniel, though. The rot goes deeper. Barry Jackson's latest article pulled no punches in calling out owner Stephen Ross for his clueless, hands-off approach and for enabling a front office that has consistently failed to build a contender. He called out Chris Grier for blowing high draft picks, for constructing a roster with glaring holes, and for consistently choosing the wrong players in critical situations. From passing on Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, and Jamar Chase, to overpaying for injury-prone stars, to failing to address key needs in the trenches, this team has been mismanaged for years. And yet, somehow, Grier continues to have a job. This isn't just about poor player performance, it's a systemic failure. Ross, Grier, McDaniel, and yes, Tua, all share responsibility for this mess. Ross keeps pouring money into luxury facilities and private jets, but the foundation of the football team is crumbling. It's like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house with termites in the walls. And let's not forget the reality of the AFC East. While the Dolphins were getting embarrassed, the Bills came back from 15 down in the final minutes to beat the Ravens. The Jets fought hard and nearly pulled off a win. Even the Patriots, as bad as they were, managed to score more points and look more cohesive. Right now, the Dolphins are dead last in the division, not just on the scoreboard, but in effort, discipline, and heart. The fans are sick of it. We've been promised change, promised a new culture, promised a new era. But what we're seeing is more of the same. Talk, just talk. Empty promises, vague coaching jargon, and underwhelming performances. And now we're staring down a brutal schedule that includes the Patriots, Bills, Jets, Ravens, Bengals, and more. If this team doesn't turn things around immediately, we could be looking at a top 5 draft pick. Because here's the harsh reality, when Bradley Chubb admits the defense was just making things up out there, it speaks to a complete collapse in discipline and structure. That's not a Week 17 team fighting for playoff seeding. That's a Week 1 team that had an entire offseason to prepare. That's coaching negligence, plain and simple. Mike McDaniel has now entered the territory where his words no longer carry weight. We need to do better. We'll watch the tape. The guys let the bells and whistles get to them. No, that's not accountability. That's not leadership. That's just noise. And while McDaniel struggles to communicate anything of substance, Chris Grier continues to watch this ship sink from the captain's deck. How many more years are we going to allow Grier to get by on mediocrity? He's whiffed on too many top picks to count. Noah Igbeneghin, Liam Eichenberg, Channing Tindall, name after name of players who have provided little to nothing. Meanwhile, the same foundational issues continue to plague this team: no offensive line dominance, a thin defensive interior, and an inability to control the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball. That's on Grier, and every minute he's still GM is another wasted opportunity to fix this mess. Let's not gloss over what Barry Jackson so perfectly laid out. Stephen Ross has enabled this failure. The man is more interested in turning West Palm Beach into a real estate empire than managing his own football team. He's the one signing off on these moves. He's the one giving Grier unlimited leash. He's the one who sat by and let his franchise get dominated by a mid-tier Colts team while the fans, who live and breathe aqua and orange, are left to pick up the emotional pieces. And then there's Tua. Look, nobody's saying he's the sole problem, but when you drop an 8-point dud with multiple turnovers against a defense ranked 29th last year, questions have to be asked. Tua said, "None of the fans pay to watch the Miami Dolphins put up 8 points and watch the other team drop 30. He's right, and those fans have every reason to question whether he's the guy who can take this team deep into the playoffs. When the lights shine the brightest, we need more than excuses. We need someone who rises to the occasion. Josh Allen did that. Tua didn't. Let's keep it real. This upcoming stretch is brutal. Patriots, Bills, Jets, Ravens, Bengals. The Dolphins don't just need to win. They need to win convincingly. They need to restore confidence, not just to the fans, but to themselves. Because right now, this locker room looks fractured. You've got defensive captains admitting there's no communication. You've got a coach making metaphors instead of making adjustments. And you've got a front office that built a house of cards. One gust of wind, and it's all coming down. And the idea that we're supposed to just give it time is absurd. It's year 3 of Mike McDaniel. It's year 10 of Chris Grier. If you need more time, then you're not the right people for the job. Every week that passes with these guys still in charge is another week wasted. We're not asking for perfection. We're asking for competence. We're asking for a team that shows up with energy and execution. The fans have done their part. We fill the stadium. We rep the merch. We watch every painful second. The least we deserve is effort. And it's not just about XS and OS. It's about accountability. When legends like Larry Kasanka are calling this team unprepared, uninspired, unacceptable, it should set off alarm bells inside the building. But the only bell ringing is that of complacency. Because nothing ever seems to change. No matter how ugly the loss, no matter how poorly the team performs, the same faces remain in charge. It's like failure is just part of the culture now. And that's what's so demoralizing. You want to talk about rock bottom? We're not there yet, but it's visible on the horizon. If Miami starts 0-2, which is entirely possible given what we saw, then this entire season risks unraveling before it even begins. And trust me, if we're sitting at 1-5 or 2-6 by the time we hit the bye week, heads are going to roll. And they should. Because if McDaniel and Grier somehow survive another collapse, then it won't just be the players we need to worry about, it'll be the soul of the franchise itself. And let me make this clear, nobody wants to be saying this. We all want to believe in this team. We want to see Tua thrive. We want McDaniel to be the offensive guru we were promised. We want to celebrate wins and playoff berths and Super Bowl runs. But we've been burned too many times. The hope has faded, and the only way to earn it back is to win, and win now. The NFL is a results business, and the results are ugly. So now we ask, can this team turn it around? Can McDaniel tighten up the discipline? Can Tua bounce back? Can the defense remember how to play as a unit instead of a bunch of solo acts freelancing on the field? It's all up in the air. But if nothing changes this week, if we walk into that Patriots game and see the same flat, undisciplined, heartless performance,